reportedly said, railing about immigration at a White House meeting with lawmakers.
The president said, quote, "Why are we having all these people from blank hole countries come here?" The president also asked why we don't take in more people from countries like Norway.
Fox's John Roberts. President Trump just tweeted an apparent denial, writing that was not the language used.
Let's judge the president after what we've done. Let's not judge the president on what he says.
That's Republican Congressman Jim Renacci, who's now running for Senate in Ohio. Democrat after Democrat put out statements of outrage, some calling the president racist. The NAACP calls it a low point for our nation, and there's reaction worldwide. Fox's Simon Owen live in London.
Dave, the government of Botswana just calling these remarks reported reprehensible and racist, saying it summoned the U.S. ambassador to express its displeasure. A spokesperson at the UN's Human Rights Office, Rupert Colville, saying you can't dismiss entire countries and continents with that expletive.
This isn't just a story about vulgar language. It's about opening the door to humanity's worst side.
South Africa's ruling party calling the comments, quote, extremely offensive. Dave?
Simon, President Trump also tweeted DACA has taken a big step backwards, unimpressed with a bipartisan plan to protect immigrants brought to the U.S. illegally. He wrote his border wall wasn't funded properly and Democrats are not interested in life and safety. They'll dig through more mud in Southern California today looking for dozens of people still unaccounted for after the floods and landslides that killed 17 others.
All of the victims are from Montecito, and they range in age from as young as 3 years to a high of 89 years.
Santa Barbara County Sheriff Bill Brown, hundreds of homes were damaged or destroyed when the water and mud gushed down full of boulders and trees. Fox News, fair and balanced.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same. But while some money managers may recommend high commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
President Trump will be a patient later today, getting his first full medical exam since taking office.
President Trump heads to the U.S. Army Hospital just outside D.C. today for the yearly visit.
The president will receive his annual physical at Walter Reed.
Says White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders. This will be the president's first health exam as commander-in-chief, and he told the press Thursday,
"It better go well, otherwise the stock market will not be happy."
And in the afternoon, President Trump will fly to West Palm Beach for a weekend at his Mar-a-Lago club. In Miami, Eben Brown, Fox News.
He joked about the stock market going down if he's sick. Futures this morning are pointing to more big gains of 100 for the Dow. It surged 205 points yesterday, hitting another record. The NASDAQ S&P 500 also at new all-time highs. Days after the Golden Globes were handed out, more awards.
The race to the Oscars picked up speed as the Critics' Choice Awards handed out trophies and actors kept up the role of empowering women. The big winner in film,
and the Critics' Choice Award for the Best Picture goes to The Shape of Water.
The creature feature love story by Guillermo del Toro leading the way with 4 awards. The standout on the TV side, Big Little Lies, also with 4 awards, one of them going to Nicole Kidman for Best Actress.
I just want to say I humbly accept this on behalf of all of the women in this cast.
The men also raising the torch high. Kumail Nanjiani, a Pakistani-American, accepting Best Comedy for his film, The Big Sick.
We're very happy that our movie is coming out in a year where Hollywood is having a lot of difficult conversations with itself, and we're amplifying voices that have been silenced for too long.
Carmen Roberts, Fox News.
Other big winners in the female empowerment, Wonder Woman, Best Action Movie, The Handmaid's Tale, Top TV Drama, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Best TV Comedy. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News Radio.
Here's your ESPN 93.5 3-day forecast from the National Weather Service and brought to you by the Blossom Basket Florist. They turn your feelings into flowers with 2 locations. Village at the Crossing, Champaign, Cunningham, and Urbana. Call 367-ROSE or blossombasket.com. Good morning. A cold, as predicted in forecast, cold start to our weekend.
It's true, Stevie J. We've got a winter weather advisory in effect from now until 10. We've got a high of 25 expected today. Blustery conditions mainly in the morning here, with the winds as high as 32 miles per hour and the wind chill at 1 right now. The temperature's at 19, down to 11 with some clouds and blustery conditions into the evening tonight. But make way for sunshine and a high 20 tomorrow, down to around 4 with clear conditions. Sunny on Sunday with a high 21, low 16. 70% chance of snow likely from Sunday night into our Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. A 70% chance of snow on Monday with a high 22, low 1. Again, 19 now on ESPN 93.5.
It's Hot Stove Day today, meaning Cardinal Caravan will get nice and warm in the Hilton Garden Inn. The Cardinals are coming to town. And earlier this week, we caught up with Ricky Horton. He is Rick Horton. Ladies and gentlemen, Rick Horton. Everybody loves Rick Horton. Ricky, how are you?
Oh, I appreciate that. What a great way to wake up to have people tell you they love him. I love that.
No, listen, Christian, tell him. I said, what do you think of Rick?
Big fan.
We're fired up about Rick Horton. And, I like Tim McCarver doing the games and stuff. I think he's good. But when you and Dan are in there, it's really good. Does anything change? Did ESPN buy Fox? What happened here? I'm confused.
Well, it's a great question. And certainly I saw many reports about that happening. It hasn't affected any of us yet. I'm sure it'll be down the road where there'll be some kind of changes around, but apparently, yes. Apparently, ESPN has kind of bought the regional Foxes, which, of course, Fox Sports Midwest is part of that. So we'll just have to see what changes are down the road. But this year it'll be the same as far as our broadcasting crew, and I look forward to doing a bunch of games with Danny Mack, who is very sharp and very good at what he does.
Well, listen, it's I'm not sure if you'd know more than me, but I don't think the St. Louis Cardinals have ever been in this position where the Cubs are actually better. I don't know in the history of the Cardinals where you really could say that, and the Cardinals are chasing a little, trying to get up to speed here with this hot stove. What's your take on it all?
Well, the last time I remember the Cubs being better, they had Rick Sutcliffe and Andre Dawson, and they were playing in the World Series in '84, I believe it was, in '85, and so, but it felt like it was an aberration. But this feels a little different because the Cubs have not just made a run, but they've gotten solid too. But honestly, the Cardinals are solid. And when you talk about better than, baseball is kind of a funny game. It's still who gets the hot bullpen at the end of the year and who avoids injuries. And you get in the playoffs and you play well at the right time, and things just spin pretty quickly. And so I think that the Cardinals are not in a bad position, and I don't think you have to worry so much about chasing the Joneses as much as you do just taking care of your own business. I think they took care of business this winter with a couple of key acquisitions.
Any more?
I'm hoping. I think one more bat is needed, and they need to not fix, but they need to bolster the back end of the bullpen. Your Cardinals they signed Luke Gregerson, who was originally a Cardinal. He's a really good kind of middle guy, and then of course you've got some of the holdover guys and Tuivalala. And Matt Bowman and Brebbia had a big year last year, but who's going to be the ninth inning game's over guy? I think it'd be good to go out and test the market, and I know they are testing the market for who that might be.
Yeah, I think the Cardinals definitely need one more splash. But Ricky, this lineup last year was special in the sense that you could go through the roster and not recognize a name. And so my question is, who's going to be the guy this year? Is Carp going to get back to that position, or is Ozuna going to take over? Who's going to be the guy in the Cardinals lineup?
Well, Christian, what I think's going to happen, and I hope's going to happen, and Cardinal fans hope's going to happen. I think John Mozeliak's plan is that Ozuna will make the guys around him better, and I don't think you have to make Tommy Pham any better than he was a year ago. Pham was awesome, but I think Carpenter was he was good, and other guys were good, but Cardinals had a number of guys hit 20 home runs, but it wasn't, you could have taken the Cardinals lineup and thrown it in a bag and picked out one at a time, and it wouldn't have made a difference who hit where. There wasn't that scary guy. And I think Ozuna can be that scary guy. He had a big-time year last year. And, of course, Paul DeYoung, who's going to be in Champaign on Friday for the Caravan, led the team in home runs with 25, and that doesn't even count the 13 he hit in AAA. So, we've got him coming back, and that's a positive.
All right. Am I bad? Not necessarily totally 100% confident about Tommy. Can he do this again? And is it a Letmus Diaz hangover to think that Paul DeJong can't do what he did? I mean, I'm a little nervous about that. I'm really hoping.
Well, I think all baseball people are always nervous about that sophomore, slump, and I don't think it's a jinx. I think it's people make adjustments to you.
Right.
And I do know that Tommy Pham's working very hard, and Paul DeJong's really a smart guy too, and they're going to both kind of make sure that they take that step to get ahead. But honestly, I think it's a reasonable. I don't want to say doubt, but I mean, I think you have to at least can't count on it. Let's put it that way. You can't count on them being as great as they were last year. You hope they are, and maybe they'll be better. But I look at Stephen Piscotty as an example, a guy that had a terrific year, did some tinkering so he could hit more home runs, and he went backwards. So, of course, he dealt with personal things with his mom's illness that may certainly contributed to that. But the point is, it's a tough. Players love to say it's easy to get to the big leagues; it's hard to stay there.
Could you throw the ball on the black at the knees and then 2 inches high as a home run? I mean, it's unbelievable the kind of control that you expect now from your top line people. And if you make a 2-inch mistake, they'll cream it.
Yeah, I thought you were going to ask me if I could do that. I mean, you were saying the kind of the universal you, because I was going to say I can do it, but I can do it at 60 miles an hour. But the point is, you're exactly right. I mean, the strike zone. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying the way baseball's changed. The strike zone is smaller. There are less corners.
Yep.
There are less things at the knees. And I know baseball has decided we like home runs. And I think there'll be a correction in that someday. I think people will say, yeah, we like home runs, but we don't want to play home run derby here because that's that crazy thing we do in July. Let's hold that off for then. But let's let baseball be baseball, which includes outfield speed, moving runners over, all those things become less important in the game now because 8 guys in the lineup can hit a home run because guys are so strong. I mean, they really are. The guys are working out like crazy, and it's natural, I think, to the best of my knowledge. So, I mean, it's just a different game because of the power.
Okay, Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance presenting Cardinal Caravan. You'll hear and see Rick Horton. You can get an autograph. It'll be this Friday. Noon is when we start. 11 is when the doors open. And again, our players, Paul DeJong is our headline guy. We're real excited about Paul DeJong. Oscar Mercado. Andrew, is it Neisner? He's
Kisner.
Andrew Kisner, Randy Flores, and Alan Bennis are alums. Oscar Mercado's supposed to be like one of the top prospects we have, right?
I remember when he was drafted out of Tampa, Florida. He's originally born in Columbia and grew up in Tampa and was the second-round pick for the Cardinals in 2013. And he was a kind of a can't-miss shortstop, middle infield kind of guy, but he's turned into an outfielder and had a pretty good season last year. Hit close to 290 in Double-A and also stole 38 bases. And I know Cardinal fans have come to like the fact that maybe that's something we need to add more to our team. And, Magneuris Sierra, who we traded to Miami, was kind of exciting in that regard. So Mercado could be that kind of player. He may be very close to being a big leaguer. He went to the Arizona Fall League, which is what Paul DeJong did, and then got that much better. And so we're kind of hoping for the same for him. And Kisner hit 300 last year as a catcher. And, maybe he's the next catcher down the road that we could have in reserve for, not that Carson Kelly can't do it, but Yadier Molina, certainly the guy, but it's always nice to keep developing talent.
I wanted to let you know, too, Christian, my son here, is very active in Fellowship of Christian Athletes at Illinois, and we've got Illini Land FCA. We'll be selling the raffle tickets. And, Rick, I know you were very active in the whole St. Louis region of FCA, correct?
Oh, I still am. I'm actually speaking at an FCA banquet in Effingham, and I've been to Champaign before, and I know Lovie Smith. I actually was connected with Lovie when he was here in St. Louis, and really appreciate him and his leadership and his heart and his compassion. But FCA to me is, that's my heartbeat. I love Cardinal baseball, but FCA is kind of my DNA, and just really excited about all the things that are going on in the region with coaches and athletes.
Well, we appreciate all that you've done there. And last year when we got iced out, this is why the Cardinal organization, I mean, so we get iced out, this charitable stuff. The Cardinals bring all these great prizes. They give a charity a chance to sell the raffle tickets and keep the money. Because we were iced out, the Cardinals still sent FCA a check, Rick. Come on. Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that awesome? Well, the Cardinals are a phenomenal organization from top to bottom. And this is not pandering. This is not, kind of sucking up to the boss here. But the fact is, when you look at the way Mr. DeWitt runs the organization, it permeates from from the top, the head guy, down to all the people in the promotions department. I mean, they're just quality people, and the people that come on the Caravan, I love being with them. The young people, they hire well, young people that care about doing their job well, and we always have a fun time on the Caravan. I can't wait. I was so bummed to miss it last year, and looking forward to getting back out there this year.
Yeah.
With you pitching for the Cardinals back in the mid-'80s and then seeing the new stadium, reflect on that, Ricky, and how that feels.
Well, you always remember the old because it connects in a certain way, and I still say that when I go to New York, I'm the only person on the planet that misses Shea Stadium, which was kind of a dump, but it was where I grew up watching games. So it has a heart connection to me that really is not going to go away. I mean, I remember my mom and dad taking me to games there and watching Nolan Ryan pitch and Tom Seaver and watching them play the Cardinals and Mike Shannon and Bob Gibson and Tim McCarver. I mean, that was a big deal to go to those games. So I feel the same way about Busch too. That the stadium has some memories of some really cool moments that I was fortunate to be in. But clearly the stadium is better. It's newer, better. And you got to move on, but it doesn't mean the memories fade away.
Can't wait to meet you in person, Rick. Thank you for all you've done in your career and stuff to help people, because you're very active with all that. You're just a good guy. Everybody likes Ricky Horton. I mean, it's just no matter what happens with Fox Sports 1, ESPN, you're going to always work, man. You're really good at what you do, and it's fun to listen to you. I mean it. No, I really do.
I appreciate that very much.
We'll look forward to it. Let's keep the weather good. It's going to be 57 here on Thursday and then snowing 30 on Friday. So we're kind of tiptoeing a little bit, but we'll see you Friday. Looking forward to the Cardinal Caravan, Rick Horton. Thanks for your time this morning.
Yeah, can't wait. Good to be with you guys. Have a great day.
You bet. Ricky Horton, ESPN 93.5. Recorded that on Tuesday with Christian was here, my son. Mm-hmm. And the big Caravan is this morning. Coming up at 11, it will open the doors. Noon, the show will start. I think, going to be fine. It's just cold, big coat. It's wind chills.
We know how to do this.
Yeah. But I think we're good. I think, because we were a little worried. Said, oh, no, not again. So we have Cardinal Caravan. It's Hilton Garden Inn at Kirby and Neal. And again, doors open at 11. I will be in gray with red on breast. That's what I got. St. Louis red.
Mm-hmm. And I'm ESPN 93.5 gear.
With a red sweater.
Yes.
Very nice.
Because a lot of people do know I'm a Cubs fan, so.
That's very, very, very good of you to wear your red sweater.
When I do wear Cardinals gear, somebody says, did you have to make that? Stuff like that.
Yeah, I get it now. All right, quick sports headlines. I'm going to tell you how the Illinois basketball season will play out because I've seen this before. Let's get sports headlines. Diane Ducey.
All right, in overtime, Iowa wins 104-97 over our Illini, and now 10-8 on the season. Iowa 10-9, and got their first Big Ten win. We did not. We're a big donut. In fact, when we look at Big Ten wins, it's been since
March 1.
Ugh.
We have not won.
That hurts.
We have not won a Big Ten anything in football or basketball, women's and men's, since March 1st when we beat Michigan State.
Dang it!
Anyway, this is the Valley, my friends. It is the Valley. Now we go.
Okay. So Trent Frazier had a career-high 27 points for our Illini. Iowa was 33 of 40 from the free throw line. We've got to improve there. And LaRon Black, Aaron Jordan, AJ got 18 points each. Next up will be Nebraska Monday at 8. Other Big Ten boards had Ohio State over Maryland 91-69. Tennessee State ended up beating EIU 69-65. Pacers in Cleveland tonight. And the Blackhawks host Winnipeg.
All right, well, I'll get you some Brad Underwood comments here coming up. Weather now from the National Weather Service.
Northwesterly gusts up to 35 miles per hour right now, and the wind chill at 1. We've got a high of 25 today with these blustery morning conditions, 40% chance of precipitation, some scattered flurries, 11 our low tonight. Up to 20 both Saturday and Sunday with sunshine, down to 4 Saturday night, down to 16 on Sunday evening with a 70% chance of snow coming our way. That works its way into Monday's forecast. 19 now on ESPN 93.5.
Weather brought to you by Flooring Surfaces, reminding you to shop local first. Flooring Surfaces, where the world is at your feet. Peek at our Fox Business Minute, brought to you this morning by Rob Meyer, Provident Financial Group in Champaign, where partnerships are built on trust. Find Rob at Provident Financial Group, LLC.com.
From the Fox Business Network, J.P. Morgan Chase had a huge expense in the recent quarter, making changes related to the new tax law. The expense cost the company $2.4 billion. Some banks are still writing off losses from the financial crisis. Otherwise, J.P. Morgan Chase's earnings were stronger than expected. Banks are expected to see benefits from the new law in the future. PNC Financial's fourth quarter earnings doubled compared with a year ago. It was helped by the new tax bill. On the same day, Walmart announced increasing its minimum wage to $11 an hour and bonuses to longtime employees. It revealed plans to close 63 Sam's Club stores and eliminate 10,000 jobs. Walmart says some of the Sam's Clubs will be repurposed to handle online orders. The Dow up 205 yesterday to a record. NASDAQ up 58, S&P up 19, also records. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Ginny Cosola.
If you ever want to buy a house or a car, you're going to want to know your credit score. If there's a mistake on your credit report, you could pay more in interest rates and fees than you have to. Where can you go online to quickly get your credit score and credit report for free? CreditKarma.com/radio. Check it whenever you like. It's free and there's no catch. Don't get an unwanted surprise about your credit score. Go to CreditKarma.com/radio. That's CreditKarma.com/radio.
Right now, 1 in 3 drivers is cruising around in a state of skepticism about just how much value their car insurance company is delivering. If you're one of them, State Farm agent John Kaywood in Champaign can help you get to a better state because he will talk with you, listen to you, and help put together a policy that has you written all over it. From cost to coverage, all backed by 24/7 customer support. Feeling less skeptical? Then call State Farm agent John Kaywood in Champaign, 367-1105, and officially get to a better state with State Farm.
Kick off the new year with a visit to Scotty's Brewhouse located at 2001 South Neal Street. Watch your favorite teams compete on more than 40 TVs. Enjoy delicious burgers, award-winning wings, local craft beers on draft, or try some of their new menu items. Start with beer-battered onion rings or white cheddar cheese pints. Then enjoy new mouth-watering bourbon-glazed baby back ribs, or spice it up with fajita steak melt or Bayou blackened chicken sandwich. For lunch, dinner, appetizers, or late night, Scotty's Brewhouse is your craft beer sports bar.
Diane Ducey here to tell you about Mobile Meter. When I'm playing taxi to my kiddos, I no longer have to worry about parking tickets and loose change. I downloaded the Mobile Meter app to ease my parking frustrations. You should download the Mobile Meter app today. It's available on iTunes, on your phone app store, or at mobilemeter.us.
Well, this message from Busey, financial stress, a common thread across generations. The 2016 Employee Financial Wellness Survey, the experts at Busey share the top financial concerns among the different generations. Baby boomers, those born between 1946 and 64, they obviously concerned about retirement and health care. Gen Xers, those are born mid-60s to early 80s, they're worried about running out of money now and in retirement. Millennials born between the 80s and the early 2000s, more concerned about meeting current expenses. The experts at Busey encourage all generations to get back to the financial basics and budget. Busey has a wealth of financial resources to help you get back on track, from financial calculators and podcasts to insights from the experts and more. Just visit the Resource Center. Just go to Busey.com. There's a plethora of information. With your financial concerns in mind, Busey will help develop healthy money management habits and improve your finances. Why don't you visit any of Busey's convenient locations today or contact them at 800-67-BUSEY. Investment products and services are not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee. Fighting Illini are 0-5 in the Big Ten. Fighting Illini women are 0-5 in the Big Ten. Illinois football was 0-8 in the Big Ten. This is the Valley in this transition to greatness. But it has been a while, and it's tough. But I'm seeing some spots of greatness. That first half last night, except for some defensive lapses, some really big defensive lapses, it's a fantastic first half. So we have the ability to clean your clock, and I know Iowa is not a great team. They're very young. They don't play very good defense. And it was a game we should have won. Everybody thinks that. But I've kind of seen this movie before, where we have a team that struggles in the Big Ten and then gets better as the season goes on. And it could very well be that this is going to be kind of an up and down, but this is a team that when they blip like they did in the first half last night and get that feeling of really good basketball, we're going to beat anybody because we're going to make the threes. We made 14 threes last night. Trent Frazier had 7.
Wow.
But we just couldn't guard. And we don't have an inside game. It just, let's be candid. Greg E. Boyd, I was practicing that.
Bowden?
I got it. Hold on, time out. I just have to see it, and then I'll get used to it, but I'm going to have to get used to saying his name. I think he's amazing. E. Boygbeddin. Greg E. Boygbeddin. This kid, he's played organized basketball for 3 years. That's all he's done. He was pretty bad 2 months ago, and I think he's pretty good now. Good job coaching him. This guy, Ebo, I think they're calling him, I think he's going to be great. Now, if we had him and Jeremiah Tillman, who was supposed to come here from Missouri, we'd have had a little inside thing going on. But as it is, you can't get out rebounded by 20 at home. We can't win a lot of games without rebounding, and you've got to just have this fire in your eyes to go get a rebound. And then it's easier said than done. You get in there, elbows start hitting your face. I mean, it's not fun. Nobody really likes it. It's dirty work, but you got to rebound. And it's hard when they're that. Iowa's very tall and very good at rebounding. You got to put a butt on them, push them out, and all that aggressive stuff. Anyway, I think this team's going to continue to improve. When we get it going and get 40 minutes together, I don't care if we're playing Michigan State on the road. I don't care. We're going to beat somebody you're not supposed to beat because this team has that capability with the offense and the shooting. When they're clicking like they were in the first half, it doesn't matter who we're playing. We're going to surprise. And I predict by the end of the year, I don't know if our record's going to be any good. We probably won't even make the NIT. But I think we're going to beat teams that are going to be a really bad matchup and a bad team. You don't want to play us in late February and into March because our record won't be very good, and yet we can clean your clock. And then I think we'll leave this season with some hope for next season. Brad Underwood last night after the game.
We were really good the first half, and that was fun to watch. And I was a little frustrated even at half with our rebounding, but because we had one, I think, from each LeRon and Michael, and we knew they were a good rebounding team. But again, we've got to figure out. I've got to figure out. I've got to do a better job. I don't know what I've got to do at halftime, but we've gone from the start of the game now to the halftime.
Yeah, that's good because we played really well in Michigan, and we played really well last night.
And coming out the second half, and our last two, we gave up 63 and 63.
You can't believe this. 63 and a half and 60.
That's right, 63 points.
Man.
In the second half and overtime. 63. And then it was 50-something at Michigan.
Yeah.
And I wrote on the board after the game, defense wins championships, offense wins games. And until we can guard, until we can quit committing silly fouls, 94 feet from the basket, quit committing silly fouls by reaching, we got to learn. And,
click the button to download and get started.
What's that?
Those are things that we've got to continue to grow. They won't out-stubborn me. I'll win the battle. But we got to get better. We got to play smarter.
All right, Brand Underwood last night. Trent Frazier had he continues to get better. There's no doubt.
Honestly, it should never got to that point, man. We should have won by 20 easily. You know, we played a hell of a great first half. You know, defensively they couldn't run anything. You know, we should put it together. But that shot, the coach was just telling me get it on the rim, just get a good look, and it went in. Coaching staff told me I had to step up tonight, play a lot of minutes, and I had to do what I had to do. You know, I made the right plays down the stretch, and then did what I had to do to get us back in the game.
Yep, Tejon Lucas broke team rules, was not able to play last night.
That's right.
We had a text. You're welcome to text in 359-2255. Jim in St. Joe, Illini, no toughness, no desire, too soft. Why don't you go send that to Brad Underwood? See, because Brad's not soft.
No.
And I think Brad Underwood does quite well with the media so close to a loss because he's rather competitive. So, you'll remember if you follow Brad Underwood, last January, his team, Oklahoma State, went 0-6 in the Big Ten and made the tournament. Now, I don't know if Illinois, again, flashes of greatness here, but I just don't know. We're just really lacking inside. Greg Iboigboden, I think, can be a real player. He is athletic, he is active, he's got energy, and I can't believe how much better this guy has gotten.
8 points and 4 rebounds.
Just much. He's amazingly better from 30 days ago. All right, back with more. I'm Stevie J. That's Diane. It's 7:30.
Fox News Radio. I'm Chris Foster. President Trump seems to be denying now that he used a vulgar word to describe some other countries, tweeting, "This was not the language used." There's reaction from people in those other countries to what people in a White House immigration meeting say the president said.
South Africa's ruling party calling the comments, quote, extremely offensive.
Ours is not a shithole country, neither is Haiti or any other country in distress.
Senior party official Jesse Duarte saying the U.S. has its own problems, but we wouldn't make comments as derogatory as these.
Fox's Simon Owen. A 3-year-old girl and an 89-year-old man are among the 17 people killed in Tuesday's mudslides in Southern California.
We're saddened to say that our consolidated list shows that there are 43 people now who may be considered as missing.
Santa Barbara County Sheriff Bill Brown says they're still looking for survivors, but more likely bodies. Fox News, we report, you decide.
I hang out over there at Honda BMW in Champaign. My CRV's tire pressure light, you know, that sometimes your lights go on, you get a little disconcerted. So I just kind of drove in and I said, hey, I just was in for a little oil or a little tire rotation. And a young man in service just said, boom, 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 here you go. I'll send you a bill. Ha, 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 ha. It's very nice. Free service, of course.
You know, I find black electrical tape over that light cures the problem.
Well, now that can do it too. I think I got to drive back to O'Hare, so I want to make sure my tires are okay.
Yes.
Anyway, Honda BMW Champaign, drivechampaign.com off Neil at Burwash. And boy, do they have vehicles, and boy, do they take care of you. They are so into service. They want to make sure your experience is a gazillion on the star chart because that matters. And Ben Quattrone has his guys going, men and women that work over there. They are interested in helping you and finding what's best for you and your family. Why don't you stop by sometime? Honda BMW in Champaign, drivechampaign.com, Neil and Burwash in Savoy. The Cardinal Caravan just hours away. Come on, it's free.
That's right.
And bring a, as Diane said, bring a $10 bill to buy some raffle tickets because they bring a table full of stuff.
Yeah.
And you're helping Illini Land FCA. They're going to be about 14 representing the FCA there. And you can, I think it's going to be $5 for 6 tickets or an arm length for 10. Do the arm length.
Exactly. With my daughter, Gabby, a sophomore at Illinois State. I know Paul DeYoung is known for his work on that baseball team and now training with the Cardinals. It'll be great to meet Randy Flores and Andrew Kisner and Oscar Mercado, I think. Okay.
He's a really young, hot prospect with 88 stolen bases in his minor league career. So we got Andy Menace and Randy Flores serving as the alums. And, of course, Ricky Horton, who you heard from, will be the MC. It's all free. It's at the Hilton Garden Inn. Doors open at 11. We know people get there early because they do want to be up front, close and personal. I'll be in the crowd after I introduce everybody. Ricky will take over and kind of do their program. And then I'll be in the crowd in kind of the middle aisle with a microphone, and you can come line up and ask a question if you'd like. And we'll just kind of banter around, and when the show's over, you can line up and get autographs.
That's right. And especially for the kids, we have 400 autographed tickets when you come in. Those 15 and under with their one item get in line first. And typically they can hang out for a little while, and the adults go through the line, too. I know they're doing Peoria at 6 o'clock at the Embassy Suites on this caravan.
They'll be out of here by 2:30. They have a schedule. But they're very accommodating. One item, though, you can imagine with 500 or 600 people trying to get 2 things. That's just, you got to do one item.
That's right.
Here we go with your ESPN 93.5 3-day forecast from the National Weather Service.
Winter weather advisory until noon today. And we do have gusty winds up to 35 miles per hour right now. And that wind chill at 1. Blustery conditions because of the wind. And some scattered flurries here and there until noon. Today's high 25, 11 our low this evening. Sunshine expected tomorrow with a high 20, low 4, 21 the high on Sunday with sunshine down to 16. Then that 70% chance of snow likely carries into Monday with Martin Luther King Jr. Day having a chance of morning snow. Right now the temperature's at 19, ESPN 93.5.
Okay, again, big coat today. It feels especially cold because we got soft over the last few days with all the snow melting, just kind of wet. We didn't get much overnight, but certainly some icy spots, particularly to the south of us. I looked at IDOT, and it looks like there is ice. If you're going to Charleston, looks like it could be a little greasy going that way.
Mm-hmm. I'm seeing Jeremy Werner and Michael Carpenter tweeting back and forth, and Jeremy's got a jab to Fanboy Carp on Twitter saying, by your tweets, it sounds like you care. So, of course, all the chatter about the Illini loss 104-97 in overtime yesterday. You can follow Stevie J, Stevie JAYFM. I'm at Diane_Ducey. And, of course, we're streaming ESPNCU.com and on your phone, too.
I didn't tweet last night. I don't know. I mean, I'm just a fan. I don't know anything. I watched the thing, watched it, didn't feel very good because Iowa scored too easily. Even when we were up 14, we were up 20, was it 49-29? Normally that's just fine, but Iowa does push it up and down and scores quite well. But we just couldn't stop them. And they're very tall, and they're very good at rebounding. But, boy, could not clear a rebound. They got 2, 3, 4 chances. And that was frustrating. It didn't feel very good down the stretch. I thought Trent Frazier's kind of fade away three, kind of lean in for three ball. That was amazing. But we just didn't have enough players. We had too many guys foul out, so we're pretty shorthanded. 4 freshmen in there, I think, for most of the overtime. Anyway, off we go. Nebraska Monday at Nebraska. And there's not an easy game on there. I don't see anything easy. I just got to get better. Just keep working. And there's some, again, flashes of really good basketball. So just see if you can put 40 together and you're going to beat people. And no doubt we can beat anybody shooting the ball like that. Always happy to welcome political analyst Nicole Ambrose. She's in the Washington, D.C., Baltimore region. Nicole, how are you?
Stevie J, I'm fine. How are you?
I love talking to your brightness when we get a chance.
We have to work on this brightness thing because it is rainy here, but hey, mid-60s, so I will take it.
You sound so good on the radio. Nicole Ambrose is a political analyst. I didn't think much about Obamacare, but apparently there's millions being taxed some more because we've got the mandate over, but some of the other stuff's still there. To explain.
All right. Well, I hate to use this phrase, right? It makes your skin crawl, the I told you so phrase. But, right, that's what Republicans ran on for like 6 years was, first we were told that we could keep our doctors. Then we were told we could keep our insurance. And, of course, that wasn't true. And then we have an endless list of taxes worth billions of dollars. And I'm not talking, here's a $1 billion tax. I'm talking three-digit, 2-digit, a few one-digit billion taxes. The list goes on and on and on. So we've got things like a real estate tax kicking in. So if you sell your home and make money, you get to pay 3.8% to the government to help fund Obamacare.
That's still in there?
It's crazy. The list goes on and on. Now, here's the deal, right? We need, I can say Congress, but we know the problem is we have 3 Republican senators, and then we have very difficult Democrats who refuse to accept, who just want a single-payer system, right? We have Republicans in general. We want competition. We want lower prices. We want free markets. And then we've got Democrats who the whole point is how fast can we make all of this collapse to get to a single-payer system? So let's be real. That is the ultimate goal here.
Okay.
But some of these taxes need to be dealt with. But more than the taxes being dealt with, we just need a Republican-controlled Congress to fix this mess and allow more competition.
Yeah, and forgive my skepticism because I've kind of soured on the Republicans' lack of ability to get a whole bunch done. Tax cuts was good. But, man, you've got a window here. Go to work. It just frustrates me to no end that I just feel like it's one big old club and they're kind of winking at each other. That's kind of what I feel in the Midwest here.
I get the feeling, and it's so frustrating. I mean, hey, I'm a small business owner. My premiums went from $475 to $1,719 a month. Wow. Pre-Obamacare as of today. Like, how, that is most people's mortgage payment. Yeah. That's your food bill to feed your family for the month. Like, this, the problem with Obamacare is not only does it ruin your health care and put the government more in control of it, but it takes very limited budget dollars we all have to give us worse health insurance, and it's regressive on the middle class because it takes the people who are most whacked are those who have incomes between $50,000 and $200,000 a year. People can't afford an extra $1,000 in their budget who are trying to raise kids on something in that range of money.
Nicolene, let me ask you, what do you think happens in the coming midterms?
So that is obviously a big problem because here we have three difficult Republican senators. We have a Democrat who won't lift a finger to try to improve the situation, and Republicans have this very narrow window to fix it. The other problem is, let's say the Republicans fix it. Most health insurance companies don't send out the notices till after Election Day in November. So let's say Republicans were perfect and did everything right to fix health care this year. Voters wouldn't know till after the election.
Can't they change that?
How it's
Can't they send that before the election? No.
Yeah, well, good luck.
Yeah, right.
You want to be on the committee to talk with them to get them to do it?
Yeah, I'm waiting. My phone is quiet here. NicoleeAmbrose.com, NICOLEE Ambrose, AMBROSC.com to find you.
That's right.
Well, we appreciate all of your energy and insight into stuff. And, of course, the whole President Trump saying supposedly the S-hole countries coming here is a firestorm across the world and how whatever racist he is now. And how does stuff like that even leave that meeting? I mean, everybody just runs to tell the teacher, right? So.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we're going to talk immigration, the whole point of this is we need a skills-based immigration system. Every other country that tries to criticize us has it. And we simply need to say, wow, if you're going to come here, are you going to help contribute to America? Are you going to help fill in skills gaps we have and needs we have? That's how other countries do it. Yeah. And somehow we can't figure out how to do this. So the whole point of this is Trump is actually right to push to reform our very broken immigration system.
He says some things I wouldn't say, but as far as the intent of saying, why can't we just say you but not you? And then I'm some sort of a racist or bigot for even suggesting it.
Yeah, there are times where, we don't need some of the colorful language, right? It might not for the argument as best as possible, but the whole point of this is the reform of our immigration system is so far overdue. And it's not just a problem for our economy. Way more than that, it's a huge security risk, and this has to be fixed.
Yeah, and you're right. They do it in other places. I mean, try getting into New Zealand. Let me know how that goes. I mean, they took my kids. They went to study abroad, Nicolene. They took my kids' boots out of the suitcase and were picking off any mud that was on there because they didn't want any parasites. I mean, that's how intense it is to get into New Zealand. It's just they just don't. And then when you come into New Zealand, they want to know when you're leaving, and they want to see the money you have to leave. I mean, it's amazing how tight that is. And here in the country, we're supposed to just, I tell people, if you want open borders, then take the front door off of your house and see if you want to do that too.
Exactly. And let's also just talk about our neighbors to the north and south. Let's see how Mexico or Canada treats one of us if we overstay a visa to be there. We will be railroaded out of there faster than we can turn our heads. But yes, we're evil for wanting to reform our immigration system. It has to be done, long overdue.
We have to chat again. NicoleeAmbrose.com. Thank you as always. Have a wonderful weekend.
Have a great day.
You too. NICOLEE Ambrose.com. I always like talking to her. Very bright.
Yeah.
Good energy. 744. If you shop at CMI, Chemical Maintenance Inc., they have all the janitorial supplies. Your office does order it from somewhere. Why don't you go local? Betsy and Brad Parks want to earn your business. Give them a chance to give you a free quote. And they're probably going to beat the price. I know they're going to beat the service. You're going to love them. They got everything you need to make sure everything's good and clean. All the paper stuff you need, toilet paper, paper towels, soaps, liners, laundry service. Female-owned and operated, CMI. Put them in your circle of trust. 359-6262 or CMIClean.com.
The Champaign County Forest Preserve District offers lots of great winter fun. Their education programs will take you on a hike under a full moon, teach you about owls, how to make maple syrup, and tips to create your own rain garden. Outside offers sledding, cross-country skiing, trail hikes, and ice fishing. If you're a golf nut, the simulators at Lake of the Woods can keep your swing warm this winter. Go to ccfpd.org to see what all the Champaign County Forest Preserve District has to offer for you to get closer to nature this winter. Go to ccfpd.org.
Are you at your best when the whistle blows? With Carl Sports Medicine, you can jump higher, run faster, and be on your game every time. Take advantage of our professional athletic training services, plus injury prevention and free sports medicine walk-in clinics with injury experts. Get ready to reach your personal best. Visit carl.org/sportsmedicine or call 217-383-9400. Carl, official medical provider of Fighting Illini Athletics.
All right, I do have Cardinal calendars. I want to give you a chance to get one. Maybe you can run out here this morning, grab it, and then take it to the caravan, which starts at noon.
Have that your one autograph item.
Put all of the players and all the alum, Ricky Horton, everything on one page, or maybe you want to do it in different pages.
That's right.
Take your Cardinal calendar. There's a big old glossy, beautiful calendar with 4 pages of coupons. If you'd like a Cardinal calendar, simply text in Y, the letter Y for yes.
Okay.
Make it nice and easy for you. 359-2255, 359-2255. Text in the letter Y. Make it real fast and easy. If you want a Cardinal calendar, we're going to try and give away, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15.
Sounds good. I know that right in the middle, there's 4 pages of coupons you can tap into this summer. But in July, they have this nice outfield look, and they're holding the flag with some military. It's a really cool shot. I would do some autographs on that page with everybody who's there. So,
all right.
Anyway, cool stuff.
Good rec from Diane Ducey. Here's the page.
The month of July.
Here's a beautiful picture. 359-2255. Text in the letter Y as in yes. You want a calendar, and we'll get you one for the first 10 or 15. How about that?
Sounds good.
359-2255. Good luck. Want you to get one of these beautiful Cardinal calendars. Here we go with sports headlines.
Iowa over Illinois 104-97 in overtime yesterday. Now the Illini are 10-8 on the season. One of the standouts with a career high of 27 was Trent Frazier. Jordan Bohannon got 28 points for the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, he was pretty good. And then Allstork getting in foul trouble hurt us, and then he fouled out because he guards very well, and Bohannon struggled in the first half. But when Allstork wasn't guarding him, and he had a few more looks and made them. I mean, they shot incredibly well, I thought, in the second half. Iowa just came at us and...
Well, they were 33 of 40 on the free throw line. That was a weakness for us.
They shot 40 free throws. We shot 15.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Sophomore Tejon Lucas did not dress due to a violation of team rules. LaRon Black, our redshirt junior forward, 18 points, including 12 in the second half. Also had Aaron Jordan with 18 points. Greg Boyden.
We got to learn how to say this guy's name because he's going to be Greg Boyden.
He played a career-high 25 minutes, his third straight game playing career-high minutes. He scored 8 points and 4 rebounds. So we've gotten some comments on the text line about his contribution. So good stuff. Again, Trent Frazier, our team high with 27. Nebraska comes our way Monday at 8. The first of 2 on that road trip next week. We had the Ohio State Buckeyes over Maryland yesterday, 91-69. Ohio State 14-4 on the season. Maryland 14-5 on the season. We've got some tough Big Ten teams this year.
There are 2 fantastic teams and about 10 really, really good ones. So.
The upset yesterday was Oregon over number 11 Arizona State, 76-72. Tennessee State beat EIU 69-65. The Pacers will host Cleveland tonight, a team of local interest. Central is at Urbana. That's a hot one for your Friday night as far as games are concerned. Blackhawks hosting Winnipeg, and of course the NFL in action tomorrow as we get into the playoffs at around 3:35, Atlanta and Philadelphia's Eagles. We have a lot of Eagles fans on our staff here.
Huh? I think Austin and Harry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tennessee and New England Patriots, the Saturday night game. Sunday at noon, we've got the Jacksonville Jaguars and Pittsburgh Steelers. And then at 3:40, your New Orleans Saints and Minnesota Vikings.
Everybody's betting on Minnesota. That's fine. The line is up to 4.5 or 5 now. They're all betting on the Vikings. Hey, they're at home. We can't play with that team. I mean, they're too good.
Okay.
I mean, doggone it, the Vikings, they're just amazing. The Saints couldn't possibly compete, could they? I don't know. Darn it.
I've heard that from you before,
I know.
Stevie J.
It's reverse trash talking. And I think the worst thing that happened to Atlanta, even though I know Philadelphia lost Carson Wentz, who just having an amazing year, but I think going into Philadelphia as the 6th seed versus the 1 gives them a bit of a chip on their shoulder. But Atlanta is very good, and they do have Matt Ryan. So I don't, and can Nick Foles come through? I don't know. It might just be that everybody knows what they're talking about, but I think Philadelphia's a very good football team, but you got to have a quarterback. Generally speaking, the Super Bowls are led by pretty good quarterbacks, the ones that win. So we'll see. We'll see if Nick Foles can prove all the detractors wrong, because Philadelphia's had a wonderful season. Had Carson Wentz been healthy and stayed healthy, I think Philadelphia odds on to win it all. They just were really cruising when he went down with that knee. All right, 7:51, ESPN 93.5. We're giving away Cardinal calendars, 359-2255. You just text in the letter Y, and we'll get you a Cardinal calendar. Rhonda, you win.
Thank you.
Wow. How long have you been a Cardinal fan?
Well, I converted in about 80.
You converted from a Cub to a Cardinal?
Yeah. Something about the husband.
I did the same
about you and
thing.
Johnny.
Yeah. I did, because I started working with the St. Louis Cardinals organization in 1998. And I've had this relationship and watched from the inside, and they are so impressive. And so eventually I started watching more, and I kind of got into it. And I had to tell my brother that I did, and he couldn't believe it. He said, "You can't do that." I said, "He said they can be your backup." He called me Bruce Jenner. I couldn't believe it. What?
But, it's really because of the radio. I love listening to Mike Shannon on the radio.
Yeah, this sounds, John Rooney told me the reason the Cardinals have 150 plus affiliates is they have worked hard since the 1940s at getting that affiliation and treating them well. Thus, they have a huge 8 or 9 state coverage. It's amazing. And they have 3.5 million buy tickets every year because of that relationship. It is a remarkable organization. When the peanut vendor is as happy as the general manager, you got a good club. Anyway, here's hoping. Are you able to get to the Caravan today?
No, unfortunately, I'm working.
All right, to whom it may concern, please allow Rhonda to come to our Caravan and play for 3 hours. Come on! Anyway, you enjoy your calendar. We'll see what happens. It'll be a lot of fun, but you'll get a beautiful calendar out of it, Rhonda. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Our pleasure. Rhonda Walden, Cardinal calendar from Charleston. We have a good audience down there in that Charleston-Mattoon region. We appreciate you. You can always stream us, ESPNCU.com. Even all our ESPN shows are now streamable. The only thing, and I think that might be loosening up, the only thing I have to block now on streaming from our website are the Cardinals and the Cubs on US 105.9. But otherwise, it's all, your phone becomes your transistor. Wherever you are in the world, you can listen. You have to adjust for time zones, of course. But you listen to us 7 to 9 every morning. Of course, Jeremy Warner right after me from 9 to 11. And then Tay and Carp this afternoon, but all the ESPN shows are now streamable from ESPNCU.com. All right, so we had plenty of texts.
Yes, we did, and I'm starting to fire back, name, birthday, and town so that we can have that on the prize sheet for you to pick up here over by Meyer in Urbana.
Okay, come on out, and you can get your Cardinal calendar if you want to get it today. If you can't make the Caravan, obviously you can pick it up next week, whatever's convenient. But again, we'll have Ricky Horton. I'm looking forward to meeting him. And I'll have to maybe sneak in during the Q&A about Ricky Horton being on the TV that Ray is watching during Field of Dreams. He was a Dodger at the time.
That's right.
And he's on the screen, but it's a little-known trivia that Ricky Horton was in the movie Field of Dreams with Kevin Costner. No, not really filming or anything, but I was on the screen.
Exactly.
So he was a terrific guest for us. We replayed it earlier this hour, and I had him on Tuesday. And then again, there's all kinds of buzz. Can the Cardinals compete with the Cubs? And I don't think it's ever happened where institutionally, foundationally, from the standpoint of players on the field, the Cubs are better. The Cardinals, with their signing of Marcell Ozuna, took a step in the right direction, but they don't have enough. They need another guy. And then maybe a pitcher. And then I think it's closer. So you got to compete, and the Cardinals know that. Cardinal fans don't like that feeling. Cubs, you got a lot of good players, and Bryce Harper's on the horizon, and Bryce Harper's best friends with Chris Bryant has a dog named Wrigley. That's not fair.
Wow.
Come on. Anyway, Cardinal Caravan today, Hilton Garden Inn, Neil and Kirby, starts at noon, doors open at 11.
Hi, I'm Max with MX Electric. I wanted to take a moment to tell you about my company. I'm a proud veteran, and I've been an electrician for over 23 years, serving the community for over 15. No matter the size of your electrical project, we want to be the company you turn to. Please call or text Nikita today at 217-359-7293 or visit us at mxelectric.net to schedule your appointment today. And always remember,
relax, call back 217-359-7293.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Dan Lebitard and Stu Gatz.
If we ask the audience, who's a better coach, Nick Saban or Bill Belichick? Don't you think the answer is going to be pretty dramatically Belichick?
No, not dramatically. I think Belichick probably better than 50%, but I think it's close.
I think most would say Belichick's the better coach because he's doing it against professionals. But what's a harder job to do when you include recruiting? And,
no. Nick Saban's got the easiest job in college football.
Well, now he does.
Nick Saban could be running that whole thing from his home and never leave it, and it would be wildly successful because of all of the advantages he has. He'll just flood the market. He'll make phone calls. He'll Skype. He'll FaceTime in his underwear from that lagoon in the back of his house.
He doesn't know how to do any of those.
He doesn't know how to do any of what I'm talking about, including relax. But if Nick Saban now wanted to do that job as in an advisory role, he could be paid all the same money.
If you're a small business, first impressions can make all the difference. With Grasshopper, you get all the features of a professional business phone system on your mobile phone. Choose a business phone number, make calls, and send texts. Stay connected and work from anywhere with features like Wi-Fi calling and our desktop app. Set up your account in minutes with no long-term contracts and 24/7 customer support. Make your small business big. Now get $20 off your first month when you visit grasshopper.com/radio. That's grasshopper.com/radio.
So this house is in a great neighborhood and walking distance from one of the best schools.
And what are they asking?
The asking price is only 24 years of really, really hard work.
Wow, that sounds like a lot.
Well, the house across the road just sold for a few years more.
While other insurance companies just see a house, we see the home you've worked really hard for. So why not give it the protection it deserves?
Tell you what, why don't we offer 23 years with the fast close?
We're going to need to sleep on it.
Yeah.
State Farm. Call an agent today.
Hi, I'm Scott Tannen, founder of Boll & Branch, makers of the world's most comfortable sheets. Whatever your New Year's resolution, you'll go to bed 365 times this year. You deserve to have your best night's sleep every night. By cutting out the middleman and selling directly to you at bollandbranch.com, we're making luxury bedding affordable. Our sheets cost less than half of designer brands and are twice the quality. There's a reason our sheets have so many 5-star reviews. Hundreds of thousands of Americans, including 3 U.S. presidents, are sleeping better than ever on Boll & Branch. If you haven't slept on pure organic cotton sheets before, you won't believe how soft they are. We guarantee you'll love Boll & Branch sheets. To prove it, we let you sleep on them risk-free for a month. And right now, we'll give you $50 off your first set of sheets, plus free shipping when you use promo code SLEEP. That's $50 off, plus free shipping at bollandbranch.com. Promo code SLEEP. bollandbranch.com spelled B-O-L-L and branch.com. Promo code SLEEP.
Check out the new BMW of Champaign. It's not like the old Twin City. They have new on-site local ownership since 2013, along with a new state-of-the-art facility. With a Customer First Service Award winner for 2015, BMW of Champaign does business your way. Yes, they have tons of cars. Yes, they'll get you what you want. Yes, they discount, deal, and even pick up and deliver. So stop in, ask for Ben, and give BMW of Champaign a look. BMW of Champaign at the corner of Neal and Burwash in Savoy. You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Some Democrats are calling President Trump a racist. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Others say he's unfit, unknowledgeable, and just demeaned and insulted immigrants who should be welcomed. This after he reportedly told lawmakers in a White House meeting, why should we allow more people from Haiti and whole countries in Africa? But the president appears to deny saying that. Fox's Rachel Sutherland, live in Washington.
Dave, President Trump tweeted, quote, "The language used by me at the DACA meeting was tough, but this was not the language used." The president rejected an immigration proposal from the so-called Gang of Six. The group of lawmakers presented its plan to him yesterday, which he now calls outlandish. The president tweeted that the wall was not properly funded and chain migration and diversity lottery programs were made worse. Moments ago, he tweeted that he never said anything derogatory about Haitians other than Haiti is a very poor and troubled country. Dave.
Rachel, the president also tweeted he's canceled a trip to London where he faced mass protests next month. But the reason he cited, the Obama administration sold perhaps the best located and finest embassy in London for peanuts. The new one, in an off location, cost $1.2 billion. Bad deal. Wanted me to cut ribbon? No. An ambush in the parking lot of police headquarters in Charlotte, North Carolina.
We have an officer down. Officer down.
That's from Broadcastify.
Shot fired.
That officer who was shot has injuries described as non-life-threatening. Cops fired back and killed the gunman who they had been searching for as suspect in a murder earlier yesterday. Dozens of people still unaccounted for in muddy Montecito, California.
We still are in rescue mode. We are conducting primary and secondary searches and victim removal.
CAL FIRE Operations Manager Jeff O's, the flash flooding and landslides killed 17 others. The youngest was 3 years old, the oldest victim 89. A cybersecurity firm says the same Russians who hacked the Democratic Party interfering with the 2016 campaign are gathering more emails plotting espionage targeting the U.S. Senate. Fox News. Fair and balanced.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same. But while some money managers may recommend high commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
More fallout over this. What happened at a school board meeting in Louisiana that left a teacher in jail, and the school board then got death threats as the video went viral, and county officials said she will not be prosecuted, but she may take them to court.
The video of Daisha Hargrave being roughly handcuffed in the floor after being removed from a school board meeting in Abbeville, Louisiana, has gone viral, and now she's considering a lawsuit in the case.
Stop resisting.
I am not. You just pushed me to the floor.
That's what it sounded like Monday night when Deputy City Marshal Reggie Hiltz cuffed her. She was at the meeting where a school superintendent's salary increase was being discussed, and she spoke up after raising her hand and being recognized. Hargrave questioned the raise and pointed out the teachers hadn't been given one in 10 years. Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
Another video that went viral this week, a woman in Baltimore at a bus stop on a cold night, mumbling, appearing disoriented, wearing only a gown and socks after being discharged from the University of Maryland Medical Center. Dr. Amanu Baraka recorded the video while helping her.
And what was happening in my head is that not on my watch. You're not going to do this on my watch.
today.
Now, the hospital CEO has apologized. The state health department is investigating. There's news just out on the economy. More evidence we did more Christmas shopping this year. Retail sales rose 0.4% in December. There was also a little bit of inflation last month. Consumer prices rose 0.1%, held down by cheaper energy, though since then oil and gas have gotten more expensive. On Wall Street, stock futures are rising, suggesting more gains today. They handed out the Critics' Choice Awards last night with some of the same winners of the Golden Globes, including Big Little Lies, The Handmaid's Tale, and The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel for top TV shows. As for movies, The Shape of Water won Best Picture, Wonder Woman Best Action Film, The Big Sick top comedy. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News Radio.
Here is your ESPN 93.5 three-day forecast from the National Weather Service. Diane Ducey.
Overcast and breezy. There is a winter weather advisory until noon. The chance of precipitation now at 20%. That's bumped down a notch since an hour ago. Today's high 25, 11 our low tonight. Sunshine expected tomorrow, high 20, low 4, 21 the high on Sunday, down to 16. Sunday evening, snow likely, and that carries into Monday morning's forecast, where we're expecting a high 22, low 1 below 0 now. Temperatures at 19, wind chill at 2, winds out of the north 23 to 33 miles per hour. ESPN 93.5.
This is Martin Luther King Jr. weekend. We'll be on Monday. The favorite of most, I think, from MLK was I Have a Dream, and I still quote that from that particular speech. I have a dream that one day my 4 young children will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I've tried to live by that. I don't care. I just don't care who you are, what you are, what planet you're from. Just show me your character.
Yeah.
Show me your integrity. Martin Luther King Jr. Got shot in Memphis, 1968. Same year as Bobby Kennedy, too. We had Malcolm X, Bobby Kennedy, Martin Luther King Jr., of course, John Kennedy earlier in the decade. Anyway, MLK this weekend.
There's a couple of different ceremonies around
today,
town.
And I know going to be a really good one. I tried to call Reverend Claude Shelby. We were unable to get with him, but I wanted to push the one at Crannert, 5 o'clock on, I think it's 5 o'clock Sunday afternoon at Crannert. It's going to be a wonderful presentation. So there are.
And I believe the Vineyard is hosting.
Yeah, I think that's today.
That's today,
right.
Yeah.
Anyway, going on and just to remember and recognize the value and the importance and the, constant struggle we continue to have. I mean, it's, you're not born racist. You're not born prejudiced.
Nope.
You learn that.
Kind of learn it from the people that you're looking at.
Yeah, the people around you. NBC, by the way, has said that this is really interesting. The NBC has said they will show anybody kneeling during the Super Bowl national anthem. People will, that's part of the story, I guess.
Yeah, that's right.
But people will tune away, and the ratings could be a little lower, meaning revenue for NBC could be lower. So their journalistic standard is, hey, if it's news, it's news. I hope that does not happen for the Super Bowl, but they'll be looking. And whoever does it certainly will get a whole lot of eyes on them, 100 million people probably. So there's that. NBC announced they will cover it if somebody's kneeling during the national anthem. Here's hoping it does not happen. There are ways to protest, certainly, and there are ways to protest. I guess everybody's free to do it, but boy. I think they're having some big demonstration up in Minneapolis ahead of the Saints-Vikings game outside the stadium. That's fine. You're free to do all that as long as it's peaceful and you're not in my face. That's okay. We just can disagree. Editor-in-chief of the Nexpert Report and Trend Specialist is coming up here in a moment. Consumer Electronics Show coming to an end out in Las Vegas. The power actually went out at the electronics show. They had dark in part of the big whole huge convention area. And it was interesting how they blew a fuse or something. Kathleen DeMonchi, she is editor-in-chief of the Nexpert Report and Trends. How are you?
I'm great. You're talking about that famous power outage. Huh?
Where were you during the power outage, Kathleen?
I was frustrated outside of Intel, and it looked like a closed garage. I thought they were kidding, and then, of course, for a second, I thought, oh, my goodness, terrorism, right? It was kind of freaky.
Right.
But but I actually got to experience a taxi drone during that time. Intel and Mercedes-Benz and this new company called Volocopter had a taxi drone there. It's a driverless taxi powered by multiple drones, and apparently there's 45 companies that are going into this sector. So, of course, transportation transformation is one of the big themes at CES this
That's
year.
amazing. Okay, so how many different places have you walked where you said, what does this do?
A lot. There's 22 football fields of innovation. In Eureka Park, which is the area for startups, there's 900 companies from all over the world. I mean, it's pretty amazing. 330 of those companies are French companies. So a lot of innovation in France, and it's really interesting. There's a company called De Caillou, which is reimagining retail with My Collie Box, and this was one of the things where I just was going, wow. They imagine the not-too-distant future, and they're already doing this in France, where we will have connected boxes. Think of them sort of as footlockers, where we get our packages. And the most interesting part, because I asked, how does this compare to Amazon Hub, is that it can't be hacked because it's secure, since it's not using a Wi-Fi solution. It's using a mobile solution. And so these are high-tech connected mailboxes that adapt to our online shopping habits and allow us to get anything we want, and they envision refrigerated ones down the line where we would get our food this way.
Unbelievable. All right, so in 10 years, Kathleen, will I be in my own backseat of my own car without a driver?
I think so. I actually experienced a driverless car, and I know it seemed like sci-fi just a few years ago. That's what's amazing about CES. You hear about it, and you say, geez, I can't really fully comprehend this. And then before you know it, it's here, and you're on to the next. So, yes, driverless cars were there. I know that for me, for example, I have a 16-year-old daughter who's just going to learn to drive. I'm concerned with distracted driving because we're still driving now.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I was really excited about was something that Derived Systems has come up with. It's a dongle that could end distracted driving. So you put it in your car, won't let you drive without your seatbelt on, disenables the phone except for emergencies, so you can't look at your texts. And then I got to try this. I put my pedal to the metal, and it only goes whatever the speed is at that time. So I could tell you 35 doesn't feel very fast.
Yeah, unbelievable. So how many people, Kathleen, have gone through?
200,000 so far this year, and that's up from 160,000. Yes, and you hear every single language, from Japanese to Spanish to French. I mean, it's just amazing.
Unbelievable. Okay, Nexpert is what?
We're all about the new and the next, and I tell you, one of the things that I was really wanting to find out is about a better sleeping experience, because in the sand, there's a whole floor dedicated to how to live better, how to exercise, all kinds of technologies like virtual reality that can help you get to peak performance, sleeping gizmos, some of which were really quite weird. One had like a sock that you could put on your head that would help you get to sleep better. Another gizmo that I saw, the lights would change. So, I learned, and I know this from experience, and you probably too, your computer, your phones all emit blue light, which tells your brain to wake up.
Yeah.
So red light delivers melatonin, and there's a gizmo that would it's a tiny little elegant kind of lamp that a French company has made, Terion, and it will help you gradually go to sleep over an hour's period of time. So this is an area that I'm very interested in, and I was kind of fascinated to see so much space dedicated to sleep.
It's amazing. I really am interested in what you've got there. Nexpert, do I go at nexpert.com? How do I find you?
Yes, you find us at Nexpert. We're all about the new and the next.
Okay, Nexpert, Nexpert. And lastly, Kathleen DeMonchi, would you please find out how much the MyPillow guy has spent on advertising?
Oh, well, there was another pillow called Zeke Pillow.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that one?
I haven't. What does that do?
They're out of Chicago. It's a connected pillow. It tells you about how you sleep. It's really just fascinating, because part of it is knowing, how many hours are you sleeping, what's the quality of your sleep, and then, of course, what to do about it, right? Those are all of the elements. Wow. And so there's another company called Muse. They were out of Canada, and they had a brain-sensing device that you put on your brain, and it calms you down in the middle of the day. And so I really think we're going to be hearing a lot more about that. We're going to be seeing more integration of sensors, because wearables, we found that people didn't want to wear them for so long. So now we're seeing the integration of that technology into products. And voice is everywhere, right? If you don't have a digital voice assistant now, you probably will, because both Alexa and Google Voice are in just about everything.
Unbelievable.
I got to experience a car where you, through your voice, turned on the light. You were able to tell your garage door to open or close. And pretty much you can do anything. You can order food. Oh, I'll tell you, one of the interesting startups had visual recognition, and they envisioned the store of the future being one where you just walk in, it recognizes you within 3 seconds, and there are certain products you can just pick them up, walk out, and your credit card is charged.
Come on, man. That's crazy.
Wow.
That is unbelievable. I just want to know, when I walk into the store, what aisle the olives are in. Anything like that?
Right.
Come on.
Oh, listen. Hey, whenever I sell washing machines, I'm always thinking, will it fold my clothes too? Well, there's a new company called Foldermate.
Come on.
They have a gizmo that'll fold your clothes. I was like, oh, my God.
Unbelievable.
Yes, absolutely.
Unbelievable. Great stuff. Kathleen, always a pleasure. We really appreciate it. Go find Nexpert, Nexpert. Pay whatever it costs to get what she's got, because your brain is full of stuff. Thanks for joining us. Hope we can chat again sometime.
Okay, great being with you.
Kathleen DeMonchi is the editor-in-chief of the Nexpert Report.
I love all this stuff on sleep science. Oh, I need a better rest so badly. And I just wish I could figure out how to get better sleep.
Well, you buy my pillow, silly. That's what he said.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you open up the cabinet in the bathroom, and there he is on the other side.
I see.
How much does a guy spend on marketing? I really want to know that. All right, 8:17 sports headlines.
All right, the Illini lost to Iowa yesterday. We had a great first half. In that second half, we had a 20-point lead in that first half, and then the Iowa just came out firing.
Yeah.
Anyway, 104-97 was the final in overtime. Illinois is now 10-8 on the season.
0-3 in Big Ten overtimes, by the way.
Right. Out of the last 5, 3 have been overtime.
Yeah.
Ugh. Now we got Nebraska Monday at 8 up in, is it Lincoln?
Over in Lincoln, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Trent Frazier had a career-high 27 points.
Hey, he's good. Listen, I said last hour, if you missed it, this is going to be a season where we just try and get better, and I think we'll be a really bad team to play in late February into March, and our record won't be very impressive, but you're not going to want to play us, and we have the capability, I think, to beat about anybody if we play like we did in the first half, if we play like we did in the first half in Michigan. I don't care who the opponent is and where the game is. If you shoot like that and play like that, we're going to win. We can't. You take the first half of Michigan and the first half of Iowa, piece that together, we beat Michigan State here. But that's what it's going to take, that kind of play to play consistently. And it's not a shock. In overtime, we had 4 freshmen on the floor.
Yeah.
It takes a little time. So I think as we go, we get better. I don't think we're going to be shocked by the record. It's not going to be very good. But I think we're going to get better. I think we'll be a bad team to play.
So we had Ohio State beating Maryland 91-69 yesterday. An upset was Oregon over number 11 Arizona State 76-72. Tennessee State over EIU 69-65. Pacers will host Cleveland tonight. Central is at Urbana. We also had the Blackhawks in action against Winnipeg. NFL action tomorrow, Atlanta and Philadelphia, the earlier game, and then in the evening, Tennessee and New England. On Sunday, the Jaguars and Steelers Steelers in the noon game. And then at 3:40, New Orleans Saints and Minnesota Vikings. We also have Chicago White Sox that have locked in a deal with right-hander Miguel Gonzalez, who's 33. Looks like $4.75 million.
All right, let's check your ESPN 93.5 3-day forecast from the National Weather Service.
Overcast and breezy winds from the north, 23 to 33 miles per hour. Wind chill at 2. Today's high 25. 11 our low tonight. Winter weather advisory until noon. 20% chance of precipitation. Tomorrow, high 20, low 4. Partly cloudy. An increase in the clouds on Sunday, high 21. Make way for some snow that's likely in a low 16 on Sunday night. That carries into Monday's forecast. 19 the temperature now on ESPN 93.5.
I just saw on ESPN a graphic that said Minnesota the last 4 times they've won their division, the Bears division. They've gone to the NFC Championship. So history does favor a deep run for the Minnesota Vikings. They play the Saints, 4th game of this, I guess it'd be quarterfinals on Sunday. All right, we'll be right back. 8:20 ESPN 93.5. Here's your Fox Business Report.
From the Fox Business Network, Americans were spending more over the holiday season. Retail sales rose 0.4%, slightly weaker than forecast. You were paying a little more for things last month. Consumer prices increased just 0.1% in December. Energy prices moderated last month. J.P. Morgan Chase's earnings were stronger than expected in the recent quarter. The bank had $2.4 billion in expenses related to the new tax bill. J.P. Morgan was still writing off losses related to the financial crisis. Wells Fargo did not have an expense related to the new tax law. It was actually helped by the legislation, though its quarter was weaker than expected. Sandwich chain Subway is suing former franchisees who shut down their operations and leave unpaid leases. The New York Post says Subway is taking a hard line as it faces increasing competition from other fast food chains. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Ginny Cosola.
If you ever want to buy a house or a car, you're going to want to know your credit score. If there's a mistake on your credit report, you could pay more in interest rates and fees than you have to. Where can you go online to quickly get your credit score and credit report for free? CreditKarma.com/radio. Check it whenever you like. It's free and there's no catch. Don't get an unwanted surprise about your credit score. Go to CreditKarma.com/radio. That's CreditKarma.com/radio.
Hi, I'm Habib, and this is your Motivational Minute. A 25-year-old boy seeing out from the train's window shouted, "Dad, look, the trees are going behind." Dad smiled, and a young couple sitting nearby looked at the 25-year-old's childish behavior with pity. Suddenly he said again, "Dad, look, the clouds are running with us." The couple couldn't resist and said to the old man, "Why don't you take your son to a good doctor?" The old man smiled and said, "I did. And we were just coming from the hospital. My son was blind from birth, and he just got his eyes today." Every single person on the planet has a story. Don't judge people before you truly know them. The truth might surprise you. People are important to us at BPC and A&R Mechanical. Everybody in every business has a story, and we listen and treat you as family. For your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs, call A&R, and our team of professionals will work their magic for you as they have done for over 90 years.
Geico presents Unhelpful Home Improvement How-Tos.
Overhanging trees present a real danger. During high winds, falling branches can damage roofs and windows. So today, I'll show you how to protect your home by wrapping it in bubble packaging. All you need is a staple gun and 142,000 feet of bubble packaging. Let's get started.
You could try to protect your home with bubble packaging, or you could get covered for personal property damage through the Geico Insurance Agency. Call Geico and see how affordable homeowners insurance can be.
Hey, this is Jay Lehman reminding all my fellow Saddlemeister fans that they have their own app for pickup and delivery. I use the app to skip the line so I can prepay and be out in seconds. Download the app today.
Saladmeister now open in Champaign. Stop by today for our fresh salad or wrap. All right, Friday, we got our Cardinal Caravan coming up in just a few hours. You want to come to the Hilton Garden Inn at Neal and Kirby in Champaign. Doors open at 11. Show starts at noon. People do. Why would you go? Because people want to sit in the front.
Yeah.
And we have tables set up for all the players and the alums and Ricky Horton's microphone.
Yeah, it's kind of a panel of sorts.
Yeah. And you're able to ask questions, and then you'll line up and get autographs. And they come through every year. We're excited to have Paul DeYoung, Oscar Mercado, and Andrew Kisner as our 3 players, active players, 2 in the minor leagues. Of course, Paul DeYoung darn near got Rookie of the Year last year after coming up in June. He had 25 home runs plus the 13 hit in the minors. That's 38 home runs with this kid. I saw his first at bat. It was in Colorado, and it was a home run.
Nice.
His first at bat in the big leagues was a home run.
And known for his work as a Redbird at Illinois State.
He's an ISU Redbird, and they'll be going to Bloomington after hours and be in Bloomington Normal tonight.
Actually, that's Peoria tonight. Tomorrow
it's
is
Bloomington. Okay, so they go to Peoria
4:30.
at 6 tonight and then back through Bloomington on the way back to St. Louis.
Exactly.
All right, good. And Paul DeYoung is kind of the featured player this year.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky Horton at the microphone. Andy Bennis and Randy Flores are the alums, of both former pitchers for the St. Louis Cardinals, and they'll be in town with their enormous table full of incredible prizes. And we'll have raffle tickets for sale to benefit the Fellowship of Christian Athletes Illini Land. And Justin Neely leads that, and they'll be there selling you raffle tickets to help them. Cardinals say, hey, we'll give you the prizes. You keep all the money. How about that? Really nice folks, those St. Louis Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
So come on by. Okay, Brad Underwood after the game last night, the Illinois basketball coach. Take 2. Brad Underwood after the game last night, Illinois basketball coach.
We were really good the first half, and that was fun to watch. And I was a little frustrated even at half with our rebounding, but because we had one, I think, from each LaRon and Michael, and we knew they were a good rebounding team. But again, we've got to figure out. I've got to figure out. I've got to do a better job. I don't know what I've got to do at halftime, but we've gone from the start of the game now to the halftime, and coming out the second half, and our last 2, we gave up 63 in 63. That's right, 63 points in the second half and overtime. 63.
Kind of adamant about that number because that's unbelievable number. Well, it's overtime too. And Iowa, to their credit, can score. They're averaging 80-some points a game. So should have won, up 20. You got to win that. But growing pains, it's how it works, process. I'm seeing a lot of good stuff, much like I saw from Lovie Smith's team. A lot of the young ones, the 18-year-olds, are pretty good. They're 18.
Yeah.
So I do think Brad Underwood has these guys playing bits of fantastic basketball, really running it. Last night they were making shots, 5 out of their first 8 threes. They were really fun. Made 14 3-point shots last night. Trent Frazier had 7 of them. I mean, how good has Trent Frazier gotten over the last few months?
And then it was 50-something.
Here we go, Trent Frazier.
Honestly, it should never got to that point, man. We should have won by 20 easily. We played a hell of a great first half. Defensively, they couldn't run anything. We should have put it together. But that shot, coach was just telling me get it on the rim, just get a good look, and it went in.
That was the one to tie it at 90. It was 90-87, and he kind of was fading toward the right corner. He jumped over the 3-point line, but he didn't touch, so it was a good ball, and it rattled in. It was pretty good.
Coaching staff told me I had to step up tonight, play a lot of minutes, and I had to do what I had to do. I made the right plays down the stretch, and then did what I had to do to get us back in the game.
Yeah, because Tejan Lucas broke team rules and was out last night. So Monday at Nebraska, they're pretty good too. Uh-huh. Rutgers is better, Nebraska is better, and Rutgers Nebraska has had some very nice wins on their home floor. We go to the home floor, but again, we have the capability to really play well. We just got to do it the whole game, and if we do, we'll beat people.
Got to text into 359-2255. I'm so tired of all the armchair quarterbacks looking for negatives on our team. There was no soft play from our team. They battled. Trent Frazier was amazing. Ebo continues to make huge strides. Yeah. Black got his points, but the reality is we don't have any post presence.
Yep.
Garza killed us down the stretch.
Yep, I agree.
Recruit a center.
Yep, well, we did. He left. Why did you leave, Jeremiah Tillman? We needed that. And then Eboy Bowden is just getting so much better. Yeah, he's going to play more and more. He should. Now, they say rebounding is desire. You know how you get points? You know how you get minutes? You rebound. No coach will keep a player who rebounds off the floor. It's just dirty work. Who wants to go in there and get an elbow to the face? It's no fun. It's shoot. I hung out on the 3-point line. Hey, over here, I'm open. Just pass it to me, but you get the rebound. Oh, yeah. But you got to want it, and we got out-rebounded by 20? It was very frustrating, couldn't clear. They're very tall and very good rebounding team, Iowa. But you got to say, that's my basketball. I'm getting it from you now. I'm going to go get that rebound, and I'm going to box you out. I'm going to do all the fundamentals. And you're going to be taller, but you have to go over my back to get the ball. Mm-hmm. So you've just got to have that. But any guy that wants more time, any woman that wants more time, just go rebound. See how long you're out of the game. You go get a rebound, they're going to keep you in the game because you rebound. Who wants to do rebounding? Who wants to clean the toilets? Who? Anybody? Okay, we're off this weekend, back Monday at Nebraska, Illinois. All right, back in a moment, ESPN 93.5, your Fox Minute next.
Green Street is back open in Campustown at Hollywood Liquors. On the corner of Neal and Green, invite you in. Hollywood Liquors has a huge selection of beer, wine, spirits, and convenience items. Shop Hollywood Liquors for their back-to-school specials. Keystone Light 30-packs, just $10.99. Miller Lite and Coors Light Texas 12-pack 16-ounce, just $8.99. Shop Taca Handles, just $10.99. Pick up a 750 milliliter of El Mayor Tequila for just $17.99 at Hollywood Liquors during their back-to-school special. They also have a wide assortment of craft beers, including Revolution and Sam Adams at Hollywood Liquors on the corner of Neal and Green, Champaign.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump says on Twitter an immigration deal he turned down was a big step backwards, and he seems to deny using the word S-hole to describe some other country, saying that was not the language used.
A spokesperson at the UN's Human Rights Office, Rupert Colville, saying you can't dismiss entire countries and continents.
This isn't just a story about vulgar language. It's about opening the door to humanity's worst side.
South Africa's ruling party calling the comments, quote, extremely offensive.
Fox's Simon Owen. The president has an appointment at Walter Reed Medical Center in Maryland today.
This will be the president's first health exam as commander-in-chief.
It better go well, otherwise the stock market will not be happy.
And in the afternoon, President Trump will fly to West Palm Beach for a weekend at his Mar-a-Lago club.
Fox's Evan Brown. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Check out the new BMW Champaign. It's not like the old Twin City. They have new on-site local ownership since 2013, along with a new state-of-the-art facility. With a Customer First Service Award winner for 2015, BMW Champaign does business your way. Yes, they have tons of cars. Yes, they'll get you what you want. Yes, they discount, deal, and even pick up and deliver. So stop in, ask for Ben, and give BMW of Champaign a look. BMW of Champaign at the corner of Neal and Burwash in Savoy.
Flush now. Please flush. Please. No.
Clogged pipes, damaged pipes, pipes period. We're your emergency and non-emergency go-to for underground solutions.
No matter the mess, the turmoil, or the time, Stevens Underground Solutions will be there when you need us. For all your sewer issues, call anytime 24/7. Stevens Underground Solutions, 202-3385. That's 202-3385.
For 2 decades, Flooring Surfaces has been at the forefront of the flooring industry in central Illinois. Flooring Surfaces has an immense stock of imported porcelain tiles, ever-changing with the latest fashions in flooring, the newest technology for longer-lasting, better-looking vinyl planks, softer carpets that are easier to clean, and hardwoods from elegant exotics to rustic industrial designs. Find it all in the showroom at Flooring Surfaces. Once your design is complete, Flooring Surfaces offers professional installation service for any size project. Whether it's a kitchen backsplash, a tiled shower, an entire basement, or a 100-unit apartment complex, Flooring Surfaces has the experience you need to create a fantastic new space. So when you need carpet, vinyl, tile, laminate, or hardwood, remember that the best floors come from Flooring Surfaces. 401 East Mercury Drive in Champaign.
Flooring Surfaces, the world at your feet.
Here's your ESPN 93.5 three-day forecast from the National Weather Service.
Overcast and breezy today. Winds from the north up to 33 miles per hour. The wind chill currently at 2. Today's high 25 down to 11. Winter weather advisory until noon, as we do have a 20% chance of some scattered flurries. Tomorrow looks a little better, but cooler. High 20, low 4. Partly cloudy conditions. An increase in the clouds starting out with sunshine Sunday. High 21. Snow likely by Sunday evening, low 16. 60% chance of snow likely in the morning. Martin Luther King Jr. Day on Monday. High 22, low 1, below 0. Right now we're at 19 on ESPN 93.5.
My father was born on this date, 1924. And I miss him dearly, and I guess I don't even know, how long has he been gone? I guess it's been, my father passed away, I think, in 2009?
Yeah, my mom was 2009. I was thinking they might be the same year.
May 14, I believe it was 2009.
Okay, and my mom was in January, so January 22nd.
Okay, all right. So we lost our parents in the same year, I guess. My dad would have been 94, and he died when he was 85, so that's 9 years.
And I would have said my mom was 84, 77 when she passed away. I go by that area and the engineering campus every once in a while and think of Narby's hall that's dedicated to
Hall.
him.
Yeah, there's a room in there, and a lot of engineering students go to Cacciaturian Hall. My brother Johnny did to honor my parents. But I'm telling you, it's my father was just amazing from the standpoint of commitment to students. I mean, he worked 6 days a week. He never took a sabbatical. And I saw him talk to a few of his students, and he was amazing. He was so engaging. He was so caring. And, they do rate these, ratings and stuff for teachers and professors, and he was always near the top.
Nice.
They just loved him. And he came to this country. He couldn't speak the language. He was celebrated his 21st birthday alone on top of a World War II troop ship that he bought passage on to come to America by himself. Couldn't speak the language in the rain. Top deck. Wow. What'd that feel? Couldn't call anybody. Couldn't reach no cell phones. His mother. It took him about a year to get here.
I mean, it was the telegraph days.
Well, and he would send messages back home to let his mom know, but he was in Bombay for, I don't know, in Mumbai, but Bombay back then, for like 90 days to get on the USS General Mann, and it was during World War II, and the Japanese were trying to shoot the USS General Mann out of the water. So it was that, all hands on deck, and he looked at his hands. He didn't know what that meant.
Okay.
He had to, and I came here. I said, I asked my dad one. I said, how did you go to the University of Illinois not speaking English? It was difficult that first year.
I'll bet.
And he was brilliant. The guy got his master's PhD, and he was a bridge expert. He traveled all over the country. When things collapsed, he was a civil engineer professor. When things failed, they'd call him.
Yes.
Want to know why and everything else. So he was a concrete guy, wrote a textbook. The only thing out of that textbook I could read was THE, the. That's it. That's all I got. But miss him. He was an amazing role model for me. My dad would have been 94 today. What was kind of unusual, we were in Australia on his 90th birthday 4 years ago. And we were climbing the Sydney Harbour Bridge. And my dad being a bridge expert, I thought that was rather ironic. And then we get to the top of the Sydney Harbour Bridge, and the tour guide said, we have 6 from America, my family. Why don't you sing the national anthem? And, of course, the kids had gone through Marion Wyatt and Centennial High School, so we had a little harmony going, and they put it on Vox so the whole bridge could hear us singing the national anthem on my father's 90th birthday. And I just said, wow, that's kind of a God thing. What are the odds? And it was unbelievable. Top of the Sydney Harbour Bridge, and my father loved this country. 8:38. Eben Brown, my friend, Fox News Radio, ace reporter, Miami, Florida. How are you?
I am just fine. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. U.S. slaps highest level do not travel warning on 5 Mexican states. A little bit surprising. I've read some of this with the cruise industry, etc. They're having more crime infiltrate some of the popular places.
Well, yeah. First of all, Tamaulipas, which is the state that borders southern Texas. So if you live in places like McAllen or Brownsville, this state where you're not supposed to go because it's considered to be the most dangerous level of danger there is on the planet is basically a stone's throw from your backyard.
Wow.
But also Guerrero, which is in the southwestern part of Mexico, it's where you find Acapulco. Everyone knows Acapulco.
Yeah.
Is also listed on this warning as well. It's what they call a Category 4 risk, or Level 4 risk, rather. And it's basically what they assign to places like Syria, because basically your safety is by no means assured if you go there.
So you're telling me that Acapulco, which used to be an amazing vacation destination, and Syria are now ranked the same on the danger list?
Yes.
Wow. That's unbelievable. What about Cancun Cabo San Lucas, Cancun, anything there?
Well, other states are listed, I think it's another 11 states are listed as Level 3, which is obviously right below Level 4. And basically the State Department says if you've got plans to go there, don't.
Wow.
Think about it.
Just
really take a good think about it and maybe reconsider going somewhere else.
I wonder if the cruise industry has stopped going to some of these ports. They probably have to, but yet Mexico is very popular. It's big for tourism for them.
Sure. Well, Mexico also has a lot of self-contained or what's the all-inclusive resorts. So you never really leave the resort, and they often tell you don't leave the resort. And it's not peculiar to Mexico. They have that in Jamaica and as well. They have these wonderful resorts, and even in a place like Haiti, which is obviously getting a lot of headlines this morning. We won't discuss that, but. The cruise ships, or one cruise line, has its own port city in Haiti. They have essentially walled it off from the rest of the nation and have created this really nice, stop-off for the cruise ships, and it's got nothing to do with the rest of Haiti.
No, right. I've been there. It's Labadee. I've been there. They just some
exactly.
some sand and souvenirs is all it is.
Practically, someone once called it Epcot Haiti.
That's right. You're right. You're right.
Because these places, for unfortunate reasons, have a lot of danger associated with them. And Mexico is basically in the middle of a civil war with its drug cartel.
Right. That's it.
And the violence has gotten to the point that certain areas of Mexico are just essentially a war zone. And the safety of you as an American, or just simply the safety of you, no matter really who you are, is just not assured. Yeah. And there really isn't much that the U.S. or Mexican government can do for you if you get into a bad spot down there. You could be murdered. You could be kidnapped.
No, it's a horrible thing. Evan Brown down in Miami. How's Key West? Are they rebuilding pretty well?
It's everything. Nothing ever happens quickly. But Key West is doing as well as it can. With regard to the hurricane, Key West and the other lower keys that were hard hit, as well as parts of southwestern Florida, Naples and Fort Myers and such. And remember, people kind of forget, but Jacksonville, which on the complete opposite end of the state, was actually inundated with ridiculous storm surge.
Wow.
And they, too, are doing their best. Things happen slowly. From a personal story, I can tell you that I finally got a permit to redo my roof after the hurricane.
Wow, took that long. Wow.
Yes.
Crazy. How about Cuba?
Well, there was a whole procedure to get to that point, so yeah.
Man, you have any desire to go to Cuba?
I've been there.
Okay, what do you think? Fun?
It's a very pretty and historic place, at least the parts that we saw. I was there with former Secretary of State John Kerry when we reopened the U.S. Embassy.
I got you. Okay.
But there are many good stories about Cuba. The people there are absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, sure.
Their government is in diametric opposite to ours on many issues.
All right. Evan, always a pleasure. Happy New Year, my friend. Always a pleasure having you on. Appreciate you.
You too.
Thank you. Evan Brown live from Miami. Yeah, it's a shame. You're having crime issues, and so you look at these, trips to Mexico and all these. You got to think twice and say, okay, let me check with the State Department, make sure this is okay. Because the last thing you want to do when you spend money on a trip is to worry about, being robbed or killed or something. It's a
right.
It is a civil war between the government and the drug cartel. So powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Just got to be careful. You just got to be aware. 843.
Hi, I'm Scott Tannen, founder of Boll & Branch, makers of the world's most comfortable sheets. Whatever your New Year's resolution, you'll go to bed 365 times this year. You deserve to have your best night's sleep every night. By cutting out the middleman and selling directly to you at bowlandbranch.com, we're making luxury bedding affordable. Our sheets cost less than half of designer brands and are twice the quality. There's a reason our sheets have so many 5-star reviews. Hundreds of thousands of Americans, including 3 U.S. presidents, are sleeping better than ever on Boll & Branch. If you haven't slept on pure organic cotton sheets before, you won't believe how soft they are. We guarantee you'll love Boll & Branch sheets. To prove it, we let you sleep on them risk-free for a month. And right now, we'll give you $50 off your first set of sheets, plus free shipping when you use promo code SLEEP. That's $50 off, plus free shipping at bowlandbranch.com. Promo code SLEEP. bowlandbranch.com, spelled B-O-L-L, and branch.com. Promo code SLEEP.
Diane Ducey here to tell you about Mobile Meter. When I'm playing taxi to my kiddos, I no longer have to worry about parking tickets and loose change. I downloaded the Mobile Meter app to ease my parking frustrations. You should download the Mobile Meter app today. It's available on iTunes, on your phone app store, or at mobilemeter.us.
All right, quarter till. Tough loss last night. Illinois still looking for that first W in the Big Ten. Here we go. Sports headlines. Diane Ducey, ESPN.
It's been a while since we've won in the Big Ten.
Yeah, if you go back, women's basketball, men's basketball, and Illinois football, the last victory in the Big Ten for those three, March 1, 2017. So, we're due.
Wow.
This is our valley, my friend.
Maybe it'll happen in Nebraska.
Our valley. Now we go. Come on, man. This is hard.
8.
This is hard.
104 to 97 was the final in overtime. We had a great first half, but then they took off in the second half. Iowa was 33 of 40 from the free throw line. One of their highlights was Jordan Bohannon with 28 points. Our Trent Frazier had a career high 27 points. AJ, Aaron Jordan, and LaRon Black 18 points each. And we saw some good things from Greg, or Ebo is his nickname, number 11. He got 8 points and played 25 minutes. So there are some good things to look at with our Illini team. And as you mentioned earlier in the show, Stevie J, by the end of the season, we got this.
Yeah.
So
right. Well, we won't be any fun to play. Our record won't be very good, and people are going to say we can't lose to them, and they're going to be really good. That's us. So, again, we got at Nebraska, at Wisconsin. Those are winnable. Both those teams are beatable. It's just, and then we come home Michigan State. That's tough. Looking ahead a little bit. So I thought we'd beat Iowa. I thought we should have beat Iowa. We didn't beat Iowa. So
right.
Jeremy Warner's got a bunch more coming up.
Oh, yeah. After 9 into the 11 o'clock hour on ESPN 93.5. Great to listen to the Jeremy Warner Show. Ohio State over Maryland yesterday, 91-69. An upset in top 25 AP college basketball poll. Oregon 76, number 11 Arizona State 72. Tennessee State beat EIU 69-65. NBA had Pacers hosting Cleveland tonight. Central is at Urbana as a team of local interest, and we'll be starting our coverage with basketball in the high school on Tuesday as we focus on St. Joe Ogden and St. Thomas More. Chicago White Sox locked in a deal with right-hander Miguel Gonzalez, who's 33. That was a $4.75 million. Might be something that comes up. I don't know. Mainly focusing on the St. Louis Cardinals as they come into town at the Hilton Garden Inn, presented by Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance. ISU's Paul DeYoung, one of the active players that we're spotlighting, and wow, 38 homers.
Well, 13 in the minors, 25 in the majors. The kid is.
He's a big bat.
A big bat, and it's just that second season. What happens is all the people look at all the film and know where Paul is not as good, and then put the ball where Paul is not as good, and then Paul has to adjust to be good again. It happens all the time when you have such sophistication in baseball, such control by the pitchers. Usually the second season is when you got to say, okay, can we do this again? And I think Paul DeYoung had a wonderful year. And I thought he adjusted in a lot of cases when they were catching up to him. But, in baseball, you just adjust. Everybody adjusts. And whoever can adjust better generally is more successful. So,
right. Doors open at 11 at the Hilton Garden Inn. It's totally free.
Yeah.
You can bring some money for the raffle tickets sold by the Illini Land FCA. Blackhawks hosting Winnipeg tonight. NFL action tomorrow. Atlanta and Philadelphia, the earlier game. In the evening, Tennessee and New England. And on Sunday at noon, it's the Jaguars and Steelers. New Orleans Saints and Minnesota Vikings at 3:40 on Sunday. That's sports. I'm Diane Ducey.
Okay, coming back to wrap. If you missed Ricky Horton on our show show. I'm going to play a clip from that before we say goodbye. Again, we'll see you over at the Hilton Garden Inn for the Cardinal Caravan. Doors open at 11. We're at Kirby and Neil in Champaign, Hilton Garden Inn for this year's show, and we'd love to have you. It's free. Bring money for raffle if you want to win prizes and help FCA. Check your weather next.
DP Dough is the original Calzone company, and they cater all types and sizes of events, from office orders to private parties to entire visiting football teams. Everyone will be sure to enjoy something different than the same old sandwiches or pizza. DP Dough also delivers to nearly all of Champaign, Urbana, and Savoy until late at night. So give them a call or order online when you're hungry and no one else is delivering. With over 1 million calzones served since opening in 2006, DP Dough is sure to satisfy and fill you up. DP Dough, the original Calzone company.
Dr. G's Brainworks Marketplace Shopping Center in the Dick's Sporting Goods wing, where brains of all ages come to play. A one-of-a-kind specialty store with a smart collection of hand-picked, expert-tested, certifiably fun ways to build better brains. Their store is designed for you to roll up your sleeves and get a little brainy while you play games, solve puzzles, try out gadgets to find the right games and activities for you and your favorite brains. Dr. G's promises you'll have fun, clear the mental cobwebs, and enjoy the cognitive benefits of playing with a smart purpose. Dr. G's Brainworks at Marketplace Mall, Champaign.
Credit products are made by WebBank. Amazon is not a sponsor of this promotion. Other restrictions apply. See website for details.
I was making great progress on building my savings, but then I get hit with an unexpected car repair bill.
Keeping a close eye on my credit score allowed me to buy my first house, but an unexpected medical emergency set me back.
When the unexpected happened, Avant was there to help. If you need to borrow $2,000 to $35,000, try Avant. It's fast, simple, and transparent.
Everything is done online. There are no prepayment fees, and no collateral is required. And you can instantly check your rate with no impact to your credit score.
Over 500,000 customers have experienced the convenience of a loan through Avant. No wonder Avant has an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. And now, Avant will give you a $50 Amazon.com gift card after your first payment is made on time. To check your rates and to get this special radio offer, go to Avant.com today and enter promo code 8282 when applying. That's AVANT.com, promo code 8282. Go to Avant.com today and enter promo code 8282.
All right, here's your ESPN 93.5 3-day forecast from the National Weather Service.
All right, we've got a winter weather advisory in effect until noon. Chance of precipitation at 40%. Blustery conditions. Winds out of the northwest up to 35 miles per hour and the wind chill at 2. Today's high 25, 11 our low tonight with some clouds. Partly cloudy to start on Saturday, high 20, low 4. And then sunshine coming into Sunday, high 21, more clouds. Sunday night, 70% chance of snow likely, low 16. Snow into Monday's forecast. You may have the day off, though. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I know the kids were saying, oh, we can't have a snow day on Monday because they already have it off.
Come on, that's okay.
High 22, low 1 below 0. And then the U of I students are back in action on Tuesday the 16th.
Yep. Welcome back.
I know for us, I know they are coming back, but we're still tapping into a lot of those great campus restaurants. While there's not everybody back, so pretty good stuff.
In mass this weekend.
Exactly.
Mass. Yep.
19 now, ESPN 93.5. I'd like to say hi to our officers of the month, Kevin Franzen and Dave Griffith, who got a Cardinal calendar from us by texting in. So thanks for listening.
All right, earlier this week we interviewed Ricky Horton. My son Christian was here doing some sports, and he asked Ricky this question.
So my question is, who's going to be the guy this year? Is Carp going to get back to that position, or is Ozuna going to take over? Who's going to be the guy in the Cardinals lineup?
Well, Christian, what I think's going to happen, and I hope it's going to happen, and Cardinal fans hope it's going to happen. I think John Mozeliak's plan is that Ozuna will make the guys around him better, and I don't think you have to make Tommy Pham any better than he was a year ago. Pham was awesome, but I think Carpenter was he was good, and other guys were good, but Cardinals had a number of guys hit 20 home runs, but it wasn't, you could have taken the Cardinals lineup and thrown it in a bag and picked out one at a time, and it wouldn't have made a difference who hit where. There wasn't that scary guy. And I think Ozuna can be that scary guy. He had a big-time year last year. And, of course, Paul DeYoung, who's going to be in Champaign on Friday for the Caravan, led the team in home runs with 25, and that doesn't even count the 13 he hit in AAA. So, we've got him coming back, and that's a positive.
All right, Ricky Horton earlier this week, and we played a clip this morning, and so he'll be the MC today. I'll be out in the audience, and if you want to ask a question, you just come by the center aisle and just ask your question. Mm-hmm. A lot of times people are a little reticent to ask a question, So I've got some ready to go in case you don't have some. And this has been just a different offseason for the Cardinals, knowing they're looking up at among other teams, the Cubs. And so they're going, we got to get help. So it's been a hot stove trying to figure out. Osuna's great, but I think the 90% of Cardinal fans believe it's not enough. So is there another signing coming that will rejuvenate? I'd love to get Jake Arrieta. Oh, he doesn't have them. I don't care. He'll pitch against the Cubs, and he'll do well. Jake's a competitor. So, I think it's the Cardinals or Cubs are going to sign Jake Arrieta. And I'd like to see that.
Yeah?
I'd like the Cardinals to sign Jake Arrieta, and I'd like the Cardinals to go get a Josh Donaldson and play third for me and have Jerko as kind of a floater and utility guy and get a little more thump, as Randy Walken in St. Joe likes to say. Need more thump. All right, we'll see you out there. We'll have a lot of those prizes to be given away through raffles to benefit Fellowship of Christian Athletes of Wino Land. So.
Doors open at 11. I'll have the autographed tickets for those 15 and under so we can prioritize the youngsters to get those one items autographed first. They go through that panel, get all the autographs, and then if there's time, we'll have the adults get some signatures too.
All right, thank you, Diane.
Enjoy the day.
That's Diane Ducey. The Jeremy Warner Show is next. More on the tough Illini lost last night, up 13 at half, and lose. That's a toughie. Jeremy will have all of that coming up, the perspective as he was right down and watching it all. I'm Stevie J. I'll see you out at the Cardinal Caravan at the Hilton Garden Inn. Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance presents it this year. I'll see you out there beginning at 11 for doors and noon for the show. Thank you again for listening. Have a blessed weekend. Sergeant David Griffith is our law enforcement official of the month. When you approach, how many times out of 10 will they be on something? Drugs, alcohol? I mean, does it happen a lot?
It does. And, the day and age where you thought that, it was this homeless person that might be on some sort of heroin or on alcohol, if you will. We're seeing more and more people that are actually driving cars that are on heroin and are actually overdosing while they're behind the wheel of a vehicle. I mean, I can think of 2 incidents in the last 3 months where somebody's crashed a vehicle because they were consuming heroin.
Well, what do you love about it?
It's an opportunity. A lot of times you can find some justice for those people who can't necessarily navigate their ways. I grew up in this community. Other than my time in the military, I've been here all my life. And it's just a passion that I've had ever since I was in high school.
Brought to you by SK Exteriors. Their website, callsktoday.com.
It's a familiar place you know. It's a relationship to hold on to. It's a place for families, a part of growing up, and a key to staying healthy. There are warm, friendly faces, people you trust because you know you're in good hands, because you know there's complete passion, professionalism, and heart. If it's your first time or another visit, you get the care you deserve at Illini Smiles Dental Care. Dr. Shu, Dr. Fott, and Dr. Lou and their team are ready to see you now. Illini Smiles Dental Care, 303 West Springfield Avenue in Champaign. Book your visit online today at IlliniSmilesDentalCare.com. That's IlliniSmilesDentalCare.com. Illini Smiles Dental Care. We love to see you smile.
Sub-zero temps have been causing plumbing problems all across central Illinois. When a pipe bursts or a drain freezes, who do you call to dry up all the water after the plumber has been there? Hi, this is Damon with CleanRite, here to help out 24/7. We have been taking care of our clients' water-related emergencies and carpet cleaning needs since 1998. We are local and know how important prompt professional service is. To find us, just Google CleanRite Champaign. And remember, at CleanRite, we are there when you need us.
Game Day Spirit, the official fan store of the Fighting Illini, has been locally owned and operated since 1998. It's kept its roots in the heart of campus town on the corner of 6th and Green for all Illini past, present, and future. Don't go to campus often? Shop at their store on the corner of Neal and Kirby or online at GameDaySpirit.com. Game Day Spirit's happy to offer you the widest selection of Illini merchandise. Whether you want an item with the new Shield logo or a retired logo that's not available in stores, just shop at GameDaySpirit.com and check out the selection. promotion. Game Day is also extending their holiday shipping deal through the end of the month. Get flat rate shipping on all your orders. Shop now and save.
When your car breaks down, you realize just how much you need it. And when it breaks down, Beaumont Alignment Plus steps up. For routine maintenance like brakes, oil changes, tune-ups, batteries, and tires, you can count on Beaumont Alignment Plus. Bigger issues including alignment, suspension work, starters, alternators, transmission requires specialists. So get to know Beaumont Alignment Plus for your vehicle repairs. With locations on Bloomington Road and Denison Drive in Champaign, you're never far from the help you need. It's good to know that quality service is still affordable at Beaumont Alignment Plus.
Hi, it's Corey with Max Twin City Recycling. We pride ourselves on giving the area an outlet to recycle and get paid for their unwanted metals. We're taking our community focus a step further with our Recycling for a Cause program. Each month, Max Twin City will choose a different local charity to feature in an effort to raise money for those causes. Visit maxrecycling.com for a complete list of program details.
Guth & Associates wants to represent you and your business in 2018. Whether you're looking to lease, buy, or sell, Guth & Associates are ready to represent you. Let owner and operator Jill Guth put her 29-plus years of leadership and management experience to work for you and your business in 2018. This boutique real estate brokerage company specializes in commercial property all over Central Illinois. And as a boutique company, Guth & Associates are committed to fostering personalized relationships with each and every client in 2018. They'll work to provide you with a custom mix of comprehensive services tailored to deliver exceptional results. Whether you're looking to lease, buy, or sell in 2018, Guth & Associates are ready to represent you. Visit Guth & Associates online at GuthAssociates.com. Go to GuthAssociates.com. Guth & Associates, affiliated with Fairlawn Real Estate.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.